The first time Marcus Holloway walked barefoot across the marble floor of his newly built mansion, he didn't feel excitement. He felt disbelief. Not because of the size, the design, or even the price, but because of what lay beyond the glass doors at the center of the estate. Behind them wasn't a pool. It wasn't a spa. It was an entire indoor water park, glowing under custom skylights, echoing softly with the sound of flowing water. In that moment, Marcus realized he had crossed an invisible line. The line where luxury stops imitating the world and starts creating its own reality. Most mansions impress with chandeliers, private theaters, and endless bedrooms. But mansions with indoor water parks exist on another level entirely. They aren't built to impress guests. They are built to redefine what home means. In the United States, where ambition is limitless and imagination often follows wealth, these homes represent a bold truth. Elite living is no longer about owning more. It's about experiencing more without ever leaving your private universe. Marcus hadn't grown up with anything like this. His childhood summers were spent at crowded public pools, standing in long lines for slides that lasted seconds. Back then, luxury felt distant, almost fictional. But success changes perspective. After decades of building companies, navigating risk, and mastering discipline, Marcus learned that the ultimate reward wasn't money, it was control over environment. A mansion with an indoor water park wasn't extravagance to him. It was reclaiming joy, privacy, and time in a world that constantly demands attention. The water park inside his mansion wasn't small or symbolic. It had winding slides, a lazy river flowing beneath arched ceilings, a wave pool calibrated to perfection, and temperature-controlled air that made every season irrelevant. Outside, winter storms could rage. Inside, summer lived forever. This wasn't about nostalgia, it was about freedom. The freedom to escape without traveling. The freedom to give family and friends memories that couldn't be replicated. The freedom to live beyond ordinary limits. In elite circles, homes like this are rarely discussed publicly. They are whispered about, passed along in private conversations, admired quietly. Because when you build a mansion with an indoor water park, you're not trying to fit into luxury culture. You're reshaping it. And Marcus understood something most people never will. When luxury reaches this level, it stops being about status and becomes about creating a life that feels unreal, every single day. What separates these mansions from anything else isn't just size, it's vision. Designing an indoor water park inside a private residence requires architects, engineers, and designers to abandon traditional thinking. Gravity, humidity, acoustics, and safety all have to be mastered with precision. In the most exclusive mansions across the USA, these water parks are hidden beneath living spaces, carved into hillsides, or enclosed in glass domes that blur the line between indoors and outdoors. Every curve, every waterfall, every ripple is intentional. Marcus often watched guests experience the space for the first time. At first there was silence, then disbelief, then laughter. Adults became children again. Powerful executives, hardened investors, and high-profile figures forgot their titles the moment they stepped into the water. That's the secret power of these homes. They dissolve hierarchy. In a world where everyone competes, an indoor water park reminds people how to exist without pressure. For elite families, these mansions are not indulgences. They are sanctuaries. Children grow up with freedom instead of fences. Parents host gatherings without worrying about privacy or safety. There are no crowds, no schedules, no compromises. Everything happens on your terms. In America, where time is the most valuable asset, this kind of luxury isn't excess, it's efficiency. Why travel, wait, or share when your home can deliver experiences at the highest level? These mansions also reveal a deeper truth about wealth at the top. The richest people don't chase trends, they build environments that outlast them. Indoor water parks are designed to be timeless. They become the backdrop of family history. Birthday celebrations, late-night swims, quiet reflections, all unfold in a space that exists nowhere else on Earth. This is how legacy is built, not through display but through memory. Marcus realized that the mansion wasn't the achievement. The achievement was creating a place where life slowed down, where joy became effortless, and where luxury felt alive rather than decorative. These homes don't compete with resorts. They make resorts feel unnecessary. And for those who understand elite living, that is the ultimate flex. Not leaving home to escape life but designing a home that life never needs escaping from. Years later, Marcus often stood on the balcony overlooking the indoor water park, watching light dance across the water as his family laughed below. He understood something that money alone never teaches. The highest form of luxury is emotional return on investment. Mansions with indoor water parks don't just deliver comfort, They deliver moments that compound over time, moments that shape relationships, happiness, and identity. In the future of elite living, homes won't just be bigger, they'll be smarter, more immersive, more personal. They will reflect the inner worlds of the people who build them. And nothing represents that evolution better than a private water park hidden inside a mansion. It's not about showing the world what you have. It's about building a world that feels complete. Marcus knew that long after deals were forgotten and numbers faded, the sound of water, laughter, and movement would remain. These mansions are monuments, not to wealth, but to imagination rewarded by discipline. They prove that when ambition meets creativity, luxury stops being a destination and becomes a daily experience. And that is why mansions with indoor water parks must be seen, not for envy, not for spectacle, but for understanding what's possible when success is no longer about survival, but about designing a life that feels limitless. In a world where most people dream of escape, the elite build homes so extraordinary that escape becomes unnecessary.